Coming up, what have the Ramblers been up to on the hardwood?
Plus, a send-off to a legendary Chicago Bears season.
I'm Luka Cejovic.
And I'm AJ Lee.
All this and so much more.
Rambler Sports Locker begins now. First episode back of the semester. Hopefully everyone's classes have been well and calm so far. I know mine have. How was your break, Luka? What did you get up to?
Oh, my break was unforgettable, AJ. I was lucky enough to spend some time with my family on the sunny, balmy shores of Hawaii. So it was a well-rested break. How was yours?
It was nice. I spent some time with my family on the balmy, sunny beaches of Cincinnati. So had some fun there. Good to see my family.
Well, Ramblers fans, there's good news and there's bad news. As the Atlantic 10 Conference basketball season careens past its halfway point, the men's and women's teams sit in very, very different positions. With 11 games left to play in the conference, the men's team sits in last place in the A10 with a record of 5 wins and 15 losses. After an encouraging ending record of 12-6 in the conference last year, Ramblers fans are wondering what the problem is this year. To be honest, most of it boils down to a lack of offensive production, with the Ramblers shooting 42% overall and only 32% from the three-point line on the season. Despite their well-organized and executed defensive scheme, with third-year center Miles Rubin leading the charge in the paint, these percentages are just not going to get the wins that Loyola needs. The women's team, however, is sitting in 6th place of the A10 with 10 games left in their conference season. Despite the team's smaller size, especially in the interior, concentrated defensive effort and communication, along with experienced leadership from upperclassmen leaders like Kira Chivers, has been crucial to their relative success. Offensively, first-year forward Alex Ann Bissett has been an integral, averaging 11.5 points per game, while second-year Brooklyn Vaughn has also had multiple double-digit games in the last weeks. With more updates on everything Rambler Sports, here's Rambler Rundown. Over to you, Jenny.
Welcome to the first Rambler Rundown of 2026. Starting out our year, the men and women's track team attended the Hoosier Horsepower Classic Saturday in Indianapolis. The 2026 indoor season opener had numerous impressive personal records. Notably, Isaac Bible led the way in second place with a finish of 4 minutes and 6.27 seconds. This marked not only a personal record, but the 10th fastest time in program history. The track team wasn't the only team gone on Saturday. Women's basketball played against George Washington in D.C., winning 53-48. At home on Wednesday, the women's team played against LaSalle, winning 64-60. The men's basketball team traveled to New York this Tuesday to play against St. Bonaventure, losing with a final score of 84-70. Last but not least, this week's men's volleyball team traveled to Phoenix, Arizona to compete in the First Point Collegiate Challenge Tournament Saturday. The team played against Stanford, putting up 5 sets and winning 3-2. On Sunday, the team played against UCLA, losing 3-0. We didn't forget about winter break. Loyola teams had 19 games since our last broadcast. Men's basketball had a total of 8 games, 4 away and 4 at home. They won 2 out of 8 of those games. Women's basketball also had a total of 8 games, 4 away and 4 at home, winning 4 out of 8 of those games. Men's volleyball had 2 games in Hawaii, taking home 1 loss and 1 win. That's all for this year's first rundown. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Jenny Marchi.
Thanks, Jenny. At least 17 different NCAA D1 colleges have been caught in an alleged match-fixing ring. The scheme involved players from schools like Tulane, Buffalo, St. Louis, and Chicago's very own DePaul. Apparently, players were making between $10,000 and $30,000 each game they negatively influenced. Prosecutors say DePaul forward Mika Boer-Etienne, guard Jalen Terry, forward Deshaun Nelson, and one unnamed player underperformed during a February 2024 home game against Georgetown. After fixers placed $27,000 in bets on Georgetown. Later in March, they worked with the fixers again to rig games against Butler University and St. John's University. Former St. Louis basketball player Bradley Ezerio was also one of the players indicted. Prosecutors say he worked to fix the result of their game against Duquesne in February 2024. With sports gambling laws ever changing, it will be interesting to see how this affects the future of college basketball. And now, on to Clare Bovino with an update from Loyola's cheer and dance teams.
Over the long weekend, Loyola Spirit team traveled to Orlando, Florida for the Universal Dance and Cheer Association National Championships. The cheer team competed in all-girl Division I game day performances, which consisted of 3 routines: fight song, situational sideline, and game day timeout. The Ramblers placed 8th out of 15 teams with a score of 85.53. The next day during the final round, Loyola placed 16th with a score of 83.371 after falling out of a stunt during their timeout routine. The dance team competed in Division I Jazz and Division I Pom over 3 days. With their jazz performance to Billy Joel's Vienna, the dance team placed 9th out of 17 teams in their preliminary section. During the semifinals, the Ramblers placed 21st out of 23 teams with a score of 76.55, which was not enough to put them into the jazz finals. The dance team placed 10th out of 10 teams in the Pom semifinals with a score of 85.65. They ended the final day in 9th place with the same score of 85.65. This marked the team's first time placing at UDA Nationals in program history. Both Spirit teams returned to Chicago and Gentile Arena with trophies in hand and are ready to continue cheering on Loyola athletics. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Clare Bovino.
Thanks, Claire. Now a recap of the Bears' one-of-a-kind season. Take it away, Vanessa.
Yeah, AJ, well, you can definitely count this as a one-of-a-kind season for the Cardiac Bears, and it finally comes to rest. Yep, you heard that correctly, the Cardiac Bears. Fans from all over have given the team that nickname after 6 fourth-quarter comeback wins in the regular season. After starting 0-2, they turned everything around, ending with one of the best seasons in years. The team ended their regular season as NFC North champions for the first time since 2018 and finished as the number 2 seed in the NFC, giving Chicago some postseason football. The city got its first wild card game at Soldier Field since 2018, and it was a good one. Against longtime rival the Green Bay Packers, the Bears went into the half down 21-3 and eventually earned their 7th fourth-quarter comeback win with a touchdown from running back DeAndre Swift, completions to wide receivers Roma Dunze, Olamide Zaccheaus, DJ Moore, and rookie tight end Colston Loveland. Ultimately, it led the Bears to a 31-27 victory over the Cheeseheads. Yep, there's sophomore quarterback Caleb Williams with DJ Moore and Colston Loveland grading the Cheese after a spectacular night. The Bears then advanced to the NFC divisional round at Soldier Field against the LA Rams. And in true Chicago fashion, it was a cold game. Temperatures around 19 degrees, feeling like -2, and both teams felt it. While there was plenty to talk about that game, it came down to one final moment that will go down in Bears history, maybe even NFL history. The Bears trailed 17-10, 4th and 4 at the Rams' 14-yard line in the final minute of regulation. The ball snapped, Williams scrambles with pressure off his back foot. He sends the ball flying 50 yards in the air, and it lands in the hands of Illinois native tight end Cole Kmet, ultimately tying the game 17-17 with 18 seconds left, sending the game to overtime. The Rams get the ball to start OT, and the Bears defense made a huge stop, but it wasn't enough. With under 7 minutes to go, 2nd and 8, Williams throws an interception for the intended target Moore. The Rams, with quarterback and current MVP favorite Matthew Stafford, then capitalize on this opportunity. The Rams end OT with a field goal by kicker Harrison Mevis, securing the win 20-17. While it was a heartbreaking game for Chicago, this team has got a whole lot to be proud of. Under first-year head coach Ben Johnson, the Bears saw a huge turnaround from last year's 5-12 record, a playoff win against Green Bay, giving the Bears a 2-1 record against the Packers this season, Johnson delivering free hot dogs for the city, and Williams inspiring the people, specifically men, to paint their nails and drink matcha. That's right, people all over social media are calling it the Caleb effect. Take a look, people are going to Starbucks, ordering a matcha with painted nails. I mean, this is just spectacular. We can see it all over TikTok, Instagram. It is going viral. The Caleb effect is taking over. Girlfriends are saying that their boyfriends are finally drinking matcha thanks to Caleb. I mean, there might even be a matcha shortage in Chicago. There he is, QB1. Caleb Williams walking out with a matcha in hand, painted nails right before the playoff game. Boys, what do you think about this?
You know, Vanessa, I might not have the painted nails or the wired headphones at this point, but I can assure you that there was a bet made with my friends that if we won the Super Bowl, I would be coming to school with painted nails. So
Okay.
it's overtaking the city without a doubt.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no longer a chance to win the Super Bowl, but forget the bets. Why don't we go ahead and get you guys going with some matcha, bringing the Caleb effect to Rambler Sports Locker. So right here, I don't know if you guys can see, but we've got some perfectly made matcha. It's with oat milk, in case anyone's, sensitive to dairy. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this iced matcha, some good stuff. Just give you guys a little bit. And if you like it, feel free to take some more or go order some.
Thanks.
Maybe call it the Caleb special. I don't know. All right.
Cheers.
Have you guys ever tried matcha first?
No,
Never.
this is a first for
All
us.
right, the first time trying matcha. After the season, I think that's the least that we can do, to pay tribute to the amazing job. I see, AJ, you're not happy with it.
I'm just based off the smell, not too excited, but
Listen,
we'll see.
You guys,
We'll
it's
see.
a one sip. If you like it, you keep going. Tell me how it is.
All right, cheers.
Yeah.
Dub Bears.
Dub Bears.
Dub Bears.
I love my
Cheers.
matcha, so I'm getting in on this action.
That's pretty good, actually. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like it.
It tastes like sushi milk. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I took like a California roll, grinded it up, and mixed it with some oat milk.
I think you're overdoing it now. I don't think it's that bad. AJ even said it himself.
It's not that bad, but I kind of agree with him.
You taste
I see
the
what you mean.
fishiness to it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the meantime, while we'll be here sipping our Caleb matcha, we'll throw it to Elizabeth Long and reminisce on the hope given to Bears fans this season.
Hi, I'm in downtown Chicago, just hours before the Chicago Bears take on the Los Angeles Rams in a thrilling playoff game. The weather has been a big topic of conversation, as the Bears will surely feel much more at home in these freezing temperatures than the Rams. As a California native myself, I can confirm it never gets this cold in the Golden State.
The Chicago streets were filled with local fans, as well as some traveling Chargers fans today. The two teams' playoff history coming into the game is quite opposite. The Rams won the Super Bowl recently in 2022 when they defeated the Cincinnati Bengals, whereas the Bears' last playoff appearance goes back to 2020. And before this season, Chicago's most recent win in the postseason was 16 years ago in 2010. Going into the game, the Bears are 2 wins and 1 loss this season in games played in freezing temperatures. The Rams, on the other hand, come in with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses in the last 9 years in games below freezing. So a lot of narratives are at play tonight. Let's hear from the fans.
How is the atmosphere in Chicago ahead of tonight's game?
Amazing. Just walking. Raucous.
Yeah.
So many people out. Yes. Despite the weather.
Despite the weather.
Yeah, it's fun. We're well dressed. We're going to hope for a win and go to Seattle.
Do you think the weather will have an impact on tonight's game?
I think for the Bears, probably not so much. I mean, it'll change game plan a little bit. They'll probably run a little bit more. I think it's going to have way more of an effect on the Rams than us because we're used to it. Home field advantage, for sure.
How do you think the weather will affect tonight's game? I think that we're going to play really well because we were prepared and we were practicing yesterday for the weather. I hope the Rams can't play in the snow. I don't see why they would be able to as well as us. So this season, the Rams have recorded 47 sacks versus the Bears 35. Should the Bears be worried tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We got the best upcoming pass rusher in Jerry Verse and 2 more greats alongside that. They're going to turn up playoffs, so.
Statistically, the Chicago Bears have recorded both more passing and rushing yards than the Rams. Will this dominance continue tonight?
Absolutely.
100%.
Easily, without a doubt.
Go Bears!
Thanks, Elizabeth. I think anyone I watched the game with can attest to this, that I was pretty much hunched over the entire time trying not to throw up. But moving on, it's undeniable that very few sports leagues across the United States carry the cultural significance that college football has. Here's our very own Joe Mangold with his take on the past season.
Hello, Ramblers, and welcome back to the new semester. This past Monday had the biggest game in college football history, the national championship game. The two teams that faced off were the Indiana Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes. Looking at the preview, you would assume the undefeated 1-seed Indiana would blow by the 10-seed Miami with no issues. Well, you would have been mistaken. Carson Beck put up 232 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception, while Fernando Mendoza put up 186 yards and a rushing touchdown. Both teams looked like they should definitely be in this championship. The game was a shootout between both teams, but Mendoza and the Hoosiers came out with a win, scoring 27 over Miami's 21. Mendoza's powerful rushing touchdown shows why he will be the first overall pick. Beck did as much as he could to contend, and near the end of the game, Miami had a chance. However, Beck made a mistake that he has only ever made in 3 other times in his 6 career losses. He threw a game-losing interception. This gave Indiana the chance to not only chew out the clock, but also seal their victory. Indiana came into this game with one of the top 3 defenses, and trust me, it showed. From holding Miami to 0 points the entire first half to the game-sealing interception, the Hoosiers put up an incredible performance. It was surprising to see Mendoza throw no passing touchdowns, but for the team and for him, it seems as though a win is a win, even without a passing touchdown. So, with that, Ramblers, welcome back to the Ramble. I'm with AJ Lee and Elizabeth Long. Now, let's talk about how break went. AJ, why don't you start us off? How'd it go for you?
It went pretty well. I got to go home, Cincinnati, shout out, visit my family, visit my friends, hi to all watching. Great time, but yeah, excited to be back in the swing of things.
Elizabeth, first of all, welcome to your first time here.
Thank you.
Second of all, how'd it go?
It was good. I was really grateful to go back to sunny California. No snow, warm weather, beautiful beaches. Couldn't have been better.
All right, well, with that, let's get to the topic. The Indiana Hoosiers had a historic season, going 16-0 and winning the national championship. But in this season, a lot more happened than what everyone saw. Starting with the first question, who was the Heisman winner this year? Now, in case you don't know, we're not supposed to doodle on the boards. He has an issue of doing it a lot.
I don't know where that allegation even came from.
Look, there's clips there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Can't
Pull the
deny
clips up.
allegations.
Can we pull the clips up, please?
All right, you both ready? All right, let's show the cameras. And both you are correct. It is Fernando Mendoza. And so AJ doesn't have to correct me like last time. I am keeping track of the score, just so you all know. So we are up 1-1. Now, for the next question, who led the NCAA in passing yards? Now, you either can get the quarterback or what team he was on.
What about both?
If you do both, I mean, that's just impressive. AJ, wow. Folks, this is the first. I've never seen this man pause like this.
I'm hoping I'm not wrong.
You got about 15 seconds.
I don't even know.
This is the first.
What, most passing yards?
Most passing yards
Or the team?
or the team.
Okay.
Does spelling matter?
No.
I might be a bit off.
For this guy, probably not. You got
Okay.
10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get it.
Let's show it.
Oh my
Is that
Wow.
correct?
Elizabeth
University
is
of North
taking the
Texas?
lead. It was Mankiski from North Texas. Just so AJ has a chance of coming back, we are only going to give you 1 point because technically it was just for the one of the answers, but you were right on both.
Okay.
Now,
I'll take that.
Next, no, we're going to give it 2. All right, I've been told by the back it is 2 points. The intent wasn't supposed to be, but I'll give it 2, which means it is 3-1. Wow, you look rusty today.
Maybe that's what it is. The matcha's not helping very much.
All right,
so.
for a bit of a twist, we all know, of course, Illinois has multiple college teams. Now, there's one team in particular that is in the FCS. They played against a certain team in the college championship game. It was Illinois State versus what team? They lost to this team, sadly.
I can tell you like 2
And
other
they're in
teams they
Indiana?
beat.
No, Illinois State in the FCS played against a different college. FCS is more state schools. I didn't tell them it was going to be this question because I had to see if they actually knew football here. Let's see who can do this. If you get the score, I don't know, tell you because I actually don't know the score myself, but worth a shot. All right, you guys both ready? Let's show it off.
This is wrong.
It wasn't Ball State. It technically wasn't Montana either. It was Montana State.
This is
All right, I need an audience opinion.
That's what I meant.
Can we give him?
no.
Wow.
A little leeway, a little
Wow.
grace maybe.
AJ's starting off slow, so it's still 3-1 Elizabeth. All right, the ACC, we all know this conference. You got powerhouses like Miami, Virginia, and a ton of others. But there was a team this year that won the ACC in college football that usually doesn't win it. Who was it? Oh, you were both quick on this. All right, you guys both ready? Show it off. Sadly, it was not Virginia, but it was Duke. They took on Virginia in the championship game and won. AJ's trying to make a comeback. It is 3-2.
How many questions we got left?
A few more.
Okay, great.
Now, this one's going to be interesting. Who led the league in total tackles? Do you get the player or the school?
Wait,
Oh, do I get 2 points too if I get both?
Oh, I guess so. I kind of got, got overrode there on that one, but it's all right. Still a fun game anyways. All right, you guys ready to show them? Let's show them off. Wow. Again, Elizabeth, 2 points on the board.
What is that?
5-2. Actually, my bad. 1 point. She put C long. It's Owen long. That's on me.
That's my last name, though. He's distant relative.
Still 4-2. All right. Got to move it a little bit here. So for the next question, I'm going to rapid fire this one. James Franklin, who is Penn State's ex-head coach, went to what school? He moved this school's 2026 signing class from 119 to rank 23. In crazy jump. You got about 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's show them off. AJ was right. It was Virginia Tech, which means it is 3-4. And you know what? Technically, Elizabeth does win. But I am going to give this last question because I don't think anyone. No? Okay, I can't give a last question, which means Elizabeth is our winner. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I didn't think this would happen. Last winner to beat him was Brandon Wolak, and we all know how that one went. What a great job and what a fun job today from both of you guys. AJ, Elizabeth, first of all, congratulations, and thank you for coming on to the show. Now, let's pass this one back over to Luka.
Thanks, everyone, and thank you, Joe, for that excellent moderation. It was without a doubt an emotional and unforgettable season. Well, everybody, that wraps up this episode of Rambler Sports Locker. To stay up to date on all things Rambler Sports, be sure to follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram at Loyola RSL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From all of us here at Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Luka. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to turn off the lights.